and Ethan Harris County had the ball, moved it across the 50, but again, a penalty put them in a bad spot. They couldn't convert to fourth down, and this defense has to try to find an answer for this offense right here on Northside's offense.
Yeah, it's been a story the whole year with penalties and everything, and we'd like to see them clean it up a little bit. And we figured maybe week 1 or 2 they'd get that fixed, but still some issues. And last couple weeks counting down, I mean, they're going to have to fix it if they want to do good in region play.
And sets up a first down right here on the 14-yard line for the Patriots. Wing tee, the under center. Another missed tackle by Harris County. That's going to set up a large hole for the end zone. And it's going to be a touchdown Northside. Just like that, they push this lead out. That was Alex DeBarro, the junior running back, also playing linebacker. And a good game so far in this matchup for Northside's. DeBarro and running back Travis Wakefield, another junior at quarterback. Here comes Lucas Baca, the kicker. He's a freshman, made a field goal earlier. Nice sets up on the extra point. And looks like he put it in there. He did. And it's 10-0 here with 45 seconds to go. And that's the thing about this Northside offense. They take a lot of time off the clock. They you know, we talk about it a lot with Harris County when they're rolling like they want to roll, is they take the air out of the ball, and that's what they do. And, you know, Harris County had one possession here in the first quarter, and they wasn't able to score on it. Now they're going to be down 2 possessions here in this Harris County game of the week. It's no secret Harris County is sitting at 2-3, 0-1 in the region play. Having their struggles this year, getting through some growing pains. A lot of sophomores and even freshmen making some debuts this year. We saw Aiden Robinson, wide receiver, last week get some playing time. Some more freshmen making the trip that wasn't on the travel roster early in the year. Coming on. There's Northside set to kick it off. County going with 1 returner. Daniel kicking it off. Going to be short. Recovered and down by the 36-yard line. That's where Caden Harrison and this Harris County offense, let's see, there's a flag out. Check the flag. Looks like they're talking to the Northside side, and the boos raining down. They're going to back Northside up and have them re-kick it. Guess they're offsides or something on their setup. There's another squib. High kick. Got to be careful. Cade Tice gets it. And Harris County take over on the 30. Kind of lost 6 yards with that penalty. Let's see. Coach Watson talking to his offense across the field as they run out. There's Caden Harrison. I want to say Jaden Brown, sophomore running back in the game. Behind him in this pistol formation, trips at the top of the screen. They're going to hand it off, squeezing through there. Going to be a short run, but going to gain 4 yards. That's good. First down run right there, put you in a 2nd and 6. As the first quarter is trying to tick down right here, under 30 seconds. Preston Jenkins checks into the game, playing some tight end here lately. Northside with a 3-4 defense, it looks like. There it is. Harris County going to run at the teeth of that 3-4. Jaden Brown gets a little bit of a crease. He's going to have the Harris County first down and be Harris County's ball. See, they're going to put it on about the 40 and a half yard line. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Northside jumping out to a fast start as they're going to go up 10-0 in this first quarter. Harris County trying to have a drive right here and have an answer. This Northside offense took the ball to start the game, had a big play on a swing pass out of the shotgun formation, kind of something we haven't seen on film. You ain't seen them do that much this year, and they hit a big swing pass, got it down inside the 25, 30-yard line to start it. But they had to settle for a field goal with a penalty on a touchdown run. Settled for a field goal and got the ball right back and just drove down the field, got a touchdown against this defense. And Coach Winkles and his staff on that side of the ball, which we've seen them, do that before. We saw Daugherty come out to a fast start. They're going to have to make some adjustments, but we'd like to thank our sponsors, Coca-Cola, making the trip from Hamilton down to Columbus. This is the birthplace of Coca-Cola. I'd like to thank Kinnett Bank, Kinnett Credit Union, rather. Appreciate all their support up here as well. Houston Clinic and Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC for all their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Harris County Athletics. And also have to thank Derek Moxley Concrete Services and his support of Harris County Athletics. And here we go to start the second quarter. The second quarter is Harrison again. It's going to be 1st and 10, ball on the 40. Big senior West Sappington snaps it to Harrison. There's a little bit of a hole. Jaden Brown runs through there, drives his legs. He's going to get 6 yards, bring up 2nd and 4. They're going to go with a little bit of tempo right here. Preston Jenkins still in the game. He's your tight end on the near side down here on you. Play looked a little slow developing, but Brown makes it work, pounds it through, drives out the other side. And it's going to be another Harris County first down. Say across the 50-yard line, and they're still wanting to go a little tempo. There's another one. Big run. That's going to get about 7 yards. The running back. Hey. And it's going to be a timeout Northside. As we're up here, and I'm not going to lie to people. I think transparency is a big deal. We're over here, and we kind of got a skeleton system right now. We got executive producer Brandon Schwobels working the issues out now, so we're unable to throw it to commercials at this moment. So like I said, if you get tired of hearing my voice thanking the sponsors, that's the reason why. We want to run these commercials to get them some shout-outs, but we're unable to do that right now. But Houston Clinic and Coca-Cola, we mentioned those earlier with Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC really helping this whole thing out. And, Kinnett Credit Union came in last year at a time we, Georgia Alabama Sports Live needed some momentum, needed some sponsors to come in, and they're kind enough, nice enough to jump in, and we appreciate the partnership we've had with them. Then, of course, we can't say enough about Derek Moxley and Derek Moxley Concrete Service, and I also can't say enough about this Harris County running game on this drive and how important it is for that defense to sit over there and try to get, the kinks worked out, that they're having a, it's 10-0. There's no secret. You look at the scoreboard, that defense is struggling. But here's the second down, and we'll say 6. There's the handoff to Jaden Brown. He gets a little bit of a hole. Let's see if he got the first down. They moved the chains. And that's another Harris County first down, riding the legs of Jaden Brown as Northside was trying to set up. Harris County going fast. There's a flag on the play. Let's check the flag. Harris County may just want to keep this and decline the penalty because they didn't stop the play. Maybe it's a substitution or some sort because they snapped it pretty quick. You saw Northside was still trying to set up when Harris County snapped it. Tempo is something we haven't seen from Harris County this year. Harris County played Jonesboro last week. Northside had the off week. Harris County, let's see what they do. They're going to move it back. Maybe they're going to say it was a pre-snap. They have to take the penalty. I don't know. You're about the same. You're better off taking the penalty. Let's see what they do. No, it's going to be further than 5 yards, yeah. Mike. Official not microphoned up. We got spooled. Harris County look like they're ready to run a play. The umpire having to stand over the ball. Umpire having to stand over the ball to make sure Harris County don't snap it. Yeah, it looks like they got it worked out. And let's see right here, Caden Harrison in this shotgun. They got a stack formation up at the top of the 2 wide receivers. Something to keep your eye on right here. Jaden Brown, they've been riding the back of him. It's going to be 1st and 5. Caden checks with Coach Watson, comes back to the line. Walks back. Gets a snap. He's going to hand it off to Jaden Brown. This time he gets nothing. It's slowed down by Northside. Big number 52 coming in. Making the play. That's Kamal Christopher, the senior defensive lineman's in there on the tackle. And here's Harris County 2nd and 5. Now they spread out down here at the bottom. They're going to stack down here. Jalen and looks like Vitale. Brown staying in the game at running back. Harris County getting it downfield again. They don't want to stall out. Almost where they stalled out last time. It's going to be a quarterback run. Harrison runs up the middle. Gets a little bit of a push. And Northside helmet came off. And that had me thinking it was the ball. It's a helmet. And Caden Harrison, who really, you know, we had the quarterback battle, the quarterbacks, you know, kind of rotating around. Alexis was known as the runner. But it's Harrison getting the first down run. Zach Wash was the Northside player with the helmet off. And there's going to be another one. That's Alexis in the game. He's running up the middle. He's hit. That time the ball did come out. He looked like he was down. And they're going to get to the Northside. He was on the ground, it looked like. And the player comes sliding in on top of him. But the official saw it otherwise.
Anthony Anucci on the recovery.
And again, it's Harris County trying to move it downfield and just can't keep any momentum. And while they're on that sideline, they're going to have to hope they figure something out. Because this Northside offense not only is moving the ball, but they're taking a lot of time off the clock, and they're at 9 minutes till halftime. And Northside's going to look to try to get about 8 of it off right here on this drive. They love to take 9 minutes and 19 seconds off. And Alexis coming to the game to run the ball. He fumbles. Here's a different quarterback in the game. He's going to hand it off to the outside. Harris County's pushing him out there, and they're going to wrap him up and take him down.
Jackson on the carry. Back 4 loss on the play.
Preston Jenkins and Damon Brooks in on the tackle.
Brooks and Jenkins on the tackle for a loss of 2. Second down 12, Patriots.
They're going to say a 2-yard loss for Northside. Play clock at 18. Max thrashing at quarterback. And another handoff, and he's going to go. He's at the 50, 45. Harris County can chase. Rutledge ain't catching him. It's just all Northside. And Alex Taboro goes up the middle, busts through. And Northside taking this first half in dominating fashion. And a huge crowd down here for Northside. Big student sections packed out. They filled in every And the extra point's no good. It's a 16-0 lead for Northside. As Taboro, having a big first half, scores the touchdown. And if Harris County wasn't in trouble enough at 10, they're down 16 just that fast. And again, for Harris County, the first drive it was a penalty, the second drive is a turnover. And you cannot do those things and, get out of this kind of this funk that you're in, this skid that you're in. You got to clean that up. Harris County knows that. And they're going to have to tighten it up here with 8:23 to go. They're going to get the ball back. As we talked about, Northside wants to take the air out of the ball, and they want to have a long drive. That was a 2-play touchdown drive. Had the ball for under a minute. Here comes Harris County to return it. Vitale deep on the near side. I think that's Z on the top. Let's see, Zephaniah McGee is now going to fall in as the back by himself. Northside squibs it. Got to fall on it. Don't let Northside get that one. Harris County's holding it with his legs. And they're fighting for it at the bottom of that scrum. And let's see what they say. And Harris County's got it. And they'll take over right here at the 44.5. Harrison back in at quarterback. Cade Tyus and Vitale, the two receivers at the top. Jaden Brown. And whistles and racket being made all over the place. And it's going to be a timeout, Harris County.
Their first timeout of the first half.
The local support operators are proud sponsors of all Muscogee County and Harris County schools.
Yeah, Harris County is going to need a big drive here. You hate to be in that do or die moments in the first half, but they just haven't had any answers to Northside yet. So they've got to come out with points, and obviously, most importantly, a touchdown.
Yeah, you're looking, Harris County, when you're down 10-0, you really felt like you wanted some points. Then you fumble the ball. You're moving the ball well. You're running the ball well. And, you got to run the ball to set up the pass, run it to set up the pass. And then, the way it ended right there, you got the first down run, but the ball comes out before Alexis gets on the ground. And there's a flag over here on Northside. Let's see, the coach, or Pisa, was talking to the side judge over here, and then he threw a flag. Let's see, they gave Harris County a sideline warning, so it's going to be either a sideline warning or a personal foul if he said anything, but I'm thinking let's see if this is going to be a sideline warning for the first one of the game. He dropped the flag as the coach was talking to him. And they're going to move the ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Northside. And that's going to move the ball. And Ethan, that's something Harris County has been needing a break. Maybe this is the break they needed to get things rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it exactly what I was going to say. They're going to need these type of breaks here to try and win this game.
And here we go, Harrison ready to rock and roll this pistol formation. Gives it to Brown right up the middle. Brown looking for a hole, and a helmet come out. That's going to be a face mask on Northside. And if you're Harris County, they gave you 15 before the first play. Then on the first play, they give you 50 more, Ethan. You have to score right here, not just with the scoreboard, just with the breaks you're catching.
Yeah, absolutely. And, they were moving the ball last drive, and they really have been moving the ball very well, but they've penalties for Harris County has stalled out these drives. They haven't moved the ball, but now they have been set up 30 yards before, they've hardly even ran any plays.
And this is where the drives have had issues right here. This is where the stall and then the fumble. There's Harrison. Matt Love in the game at running back. He's a junior, dual sport, participates on the wrestling team. He gets that one, and there's another flag. Pre-snap. And they're going to call offsides on Northside. And that's got this Northside crowd really upset as they're watching their team go up 16-0 and have all this momentum. Now you've seen 35 yards and penalties. Matt Love still in the game at running back. Harrison snaps, hands it to Love. He goes around the outside, and he's going to get about 4 yards on 1st and 5, maybe even more than that. It's going to set up a second down, and they're going to say about a yard. I call it a half a yard. They're on the other end of the field from where we're setting up. Far hash mark. Another handoff to Love. He's going to run through there. Looks like he got the first down. Northside did a good job of grabbing him and snatching him back, but forward progress is going to move the chains. And Harris County's in the Rick Knight red zone right here. Thanks to State Farm and Rick Knight, their support. Love still in the game, kind of to the left of Harrison. They're going to give it to him again. He cuts across, lowers his shoulder, and he's hit down across the 10. They're going to give it to the 9. Set up about a 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. Harrison with Love still behind him. Love, powerful running back for his size. He goes through again. He spun around, and that's going to set up Harris County in a 1st and goal situation. And here comes some size. Harris County running some size out there. Harrison back in the game as Alexich came out. I must have missed that with Alexich coming in. He's out. Harris County running some beef out there in this diamond formation. Carter Myers at the top of the diamond. They're going to give it to Carter. He runs in there. He's slung down. He's going to have it at about the 1 yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They're going to put it on the 1, maybe 2. Let's see. He might have walked back. It's at the 2. Same formation, same participants. Harrison up in the middle again to Myers. Carter Myers got it for a touchdown, Tigers. And Harris County, when they needed it the most, puts it in the end zone. As the boos rain down from this side of the stadium. There's nothing like a rivalry, Ethan, any level, but this level, when you get this, level of the play and this level of rivalry, man, there's nothing like it, is there?
No, there isn't, absolutely. But, they can say what they want about those penalties. I can't say about the first one. I didn't hear it. But the second one, I know for sure was justified.
Nate Batchelor in for the extra point. There's a snap, hold, and it squirts through. Nate Batchelor nails the extra point. Carter Myers nails it into the end zone to cap off the Bashirs Kubota scoring drive. And finally, I know we got on the air. We've been going a long time. It looks like Brandon Schwabel's got us where we could take a break here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
On the go. But with the Kinnett Credit Union app, Kinnett is always with me. The Kinnett mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinnett mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinnett mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinnett Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
And welcome back. Northside ready to return this kick. Harris County took about 3 minutes off the clock on that touchdown drive. Carter Myers gets the touchdown. Matt Love did the work getting it close. And let's not lie, Northside's penalties definitely helped Harris County. But hey, Harris County was holding on down 16-0. As there's Tanner's kick is a little pooch kick. Going to be fair called about the I think it was a fair catch. No, it's going to be a penalty on the play. It looks like it may be on Northside. Let's see. No, they're going to wave. He's waving the flag, Ethan. I don't know if he's saying he didn't mean to. Looks like they're going to line it up from the same yard line, do it again. Tanner Gunther in to kick it off. That one he pooches a little bit closer to the sidelines. It's going to be returned by the 27. He's going to get taken down around the 31, and that's where Northside's offense. Ethan, this offense is just rocking and rolling all on this Tiger defense. So, I mean, this Harris County defense got to step up right here, and this all starts with the run game, don't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to be able to find answers to that run game, and if they can do that, they'd be great. I mean, you know, before the half, they're glad to have had a score before halftime and not go down and break down. I mean, they're still down multiple possessions, but you know, 16-0, 16-7. You moved your offense a little bit, got some points on the board.
Max Thrash and a quarterback for Northside. And here we go. Now it looks like a Harris County penalty. It's going to move things up a whole lot. Either team, that's another penalty without a play attached to it. Thrash, ball right there on the Northside 49. He's under center in this wing offense. He's going to fake it, roll out to pass it, looking to throw it. He has a man down here. And a juggling catch is going to be made. It's going to be a 3-yard gain. Nice play right there in concentration. He had his hands on it. Harris County came in and kind of swatted it away from him, and he was able to come down with the ball. Nice play there by Zabe Thompson, the junior running back for Northside. Great catch out of the backfield right there. Good concentration. Put a 2nd and 7 out here for Northside. Harris County coming up, throwing bodies on the line as they try to figure out this wing tee. They're going to hand it off to Tor. He goes on the outside. He's got a big hole again. Harris County can't do nothing with him as Matthew Alexic tried. And that time it's a different running back. As Jai Jackson, the senior, took that one. And Northside being some quick hitters here as another 2-play touchdown drive as Harris County can't wrap up and bring them to the ground. And Ethan, as soon as it seems like Harris County starts mounting some kind of momentum, it goes away that fast.
Yeah, they just don't have answers, and something's going to have to change here as this game goes on, or else they're just not going to stop them. They've perfected this wing tee as far as I've seen throughout the season. They run it real well.
And that's something talking to Coach Watson at the coaches show Tuesday. Watch out, man. We're talking to the Coach Watson, and he said for Northside was how fast they come across this wing tee, how quick they went from running. And he said the film from their first game to the last game, it was a totally different team. It looks like a team that's been running this wing tee for years and years. And, you know, I've talked to other people, of course, you know, broadcasting and stuff, saying Northside don't just run the wing tee, they run it really, really well. And we're seeing it firsthand right here. Because I know when you hear about a team switching offense, you think, oh, it'll take them a while to get it going. Northside's got it going, but no matter how much they got to go, when you get to somebody, you got to slow them down. You want to bring them down if you can. Harris County's not able to do either one. And again, this Harris County offense comes out, Ethan, and it's like, hey, y'all got to score to keep us in this game.
Yeah, and now under 5 minutes until halftime. They do get the ball at half too, so that's a plus side. So if they can go down and score and just hold Northside one more time before the break, and then maybe out of the break, you know, have that momentum carrying on and hopefully get a score then too. That'd be in a perfect world, obviously.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you would like to have a long 5-minute drive. There's another squib. Harris County lets it go. They better get on it. Don't let it bounce. And they do fall on it. They're going to have it about the 16-yard line. And that's what happens when you're letting the squib kicks go. Nothing good comes of it. Either the north side's going to recover or you're going to end up with the ball with terrible field position. And you think last time Harris County had the ball, then they had the 15-yard penalty on north side. You had it at midfield. Now you're trying to go from the 16-yard line. You got to go the length of the field to try to punch it in. Caden Harrison coming out. Matthew Love with him. Preston Jenkins, the tight end on the near side. You see him set up. Harrison looks the coach. Watson, he has his play. He's going to give it. Love tries to break all the tackles he can. He dives forward. And he's going to be back to the line of scrimmage. And here comes a flag from a back judge. Let's see what this is all about. I was watching the play. He threw it kind of on the top of the screen towards the play. A little bit of a conference. Harris County's in bad field position. They're looking for any kind of break right here. Try to get moving downfield. Hands to the face mask on north side. 5-yard penalty, but it's going to be 1st and 5, it looks like. During the play was the face mask. Harrison looks. You got to think, Ethan, when they're going to take a shot downfield, they flip Preston to the other side. Got trips up top, or 2 up top. There's a nice little gap right there by Love. He finds it. He squirts through 40. The dive by Northside brings him down at the 50. Matthew Love gets about 35 on the play. As that was Trent Cash, the senior DB from Northside, and if he don't trip him up, Love might take that one to the house. And Harris County trying to go fast. Another give to Love, another hold by Love. And let's see, it's going to be 2nd and 1. Harrison back to the line quick. Inside 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Another give. Love is being a little breaking tackles. He's a strong guy. We talked about him on the wrestling team. So his strength is there pound for pound. He's one of the best on the team. And he's going to switch out now with Jaden Brown. So you got to applaud what Matthew Love was doing. It's the official call times out. And he's going to walk over and talk. They're going to switch. Let's see what they're doing here. Now Harris County's back on the ball on north side's over there. Wonder if that's some kind of equipment or something had to get fixed. I don't know. But it is 2nd and 2. We know that. And Jaden Brown's in the game. I believe that's Keith Doffett. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ethan, the tight end at the top. Jaden Brown at running back. A give, they run it to that right side. He comes through. It's going to be another first down. He wraps up around that ball. He slams down to about the 29-yard line. Harris County doing a good job moving that ball. They're running it right up the middle. Kay Tice is your receiver down at the bottom. They got 2 up top. And it's going to be a timeout north side. And we're going to take the break with them here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County. And here we go. Jaden Brown staying in the game at running back. First down here on the 29-yard line. Harris County again needing a touchdown, and there's a false start on Preston Jenkins. Looked like he moved. That was Connor Creed. I'm sorry, apologize to Preston. That was Connor Creed that moved just a little bit and backs Harris County up 5 yards. You hope that don't come back to haunt you right here. Same formation with Cade down here at the bottom. Straight drop back by Harrison. He's looking deep. He throws it down, a little slot fade. It hangs up in the air, and luckily it was knocked down. It wasn't intercepted as that ball hung up in there a little too long there, Ethan.
Yeah, and we like to see that deep shot, though, so good to see Caden kind of start to get in that rhythm, and hopefully we see a little bit more of that, obviously completed. But, yeah, I mean, I like to see that, but now, 2nd and 15, that penalty killer.
Yeah, definitely puts you in a bad position right here. 2nd and 15. Brown behind Harrison as they set up, duos up top. You got a single man at the bottom is Cade Tyus. Dalfett to the left of the formation at tight end. They're going to run it straight across with Harrison. He guts across. He's going to get to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little more. So they're going to walk it in. Look like he's going to be a 3rd and 10. They're going to mark it behind, so it's going to be 3rd and 11. Big play right here for Harris County. You don't want a 4th and 11. I mean, you would love to, if you don't get the first down, let's just get half of it and try it from there. They're going to run it right up the middle. A pass right over the middle. Keith Dalfett makes the catch, breaks the tackle, hit down inside the 5. Nice play fake right there by Caden Harrison. He tricked me. Ethan, how about that play call to Keith Dalfett?
That's a great play call right there, and they were not expecting that. Not on, 3rd and, 11? But, I mean, that was a great play call there by Coach Watson.
Travis Wakefield makes the tackle for Northside. Harris County's got 1st and goal here in the Rick Knight State Farm red zone. They're going to hand it to Carter Myers. He runs to the side. He runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And flags look like coming after the play, maybe. Maybe this is like Harris County's or Northside's first touchdown. Remember, they got a touchdown called back. It's going to be a hold, it looks like. No. Touchdown is good. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Go ahead, Ethan.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. That'll probably be enforced on the kickoff.
So right now it's 22-13. Carter Myers, 2 touchdowns in this first half. So now we got ref had to get his flag. Here comes Nate Batchelor for the extra point. And that one goes through. As it's going to be a 22-14 Northside lead. Now, Ethan, you flip it over. This defense has got to bow up and make a stop right here, something they ain't been able to do this whole game so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Their offense has been doing their job here as of these past couple drives. If the defense could just get a stop here before the half and give the Tigers a chance to go out there and make it a 1-point game, or if they decide to go for 2 after the half, if they score, just try and make this close. I mean, it's close now, but
yeah,
defense has really got to step up here.
Well, it's not, the scoreboard obviously is the most important thing, but look at the momentum it affects. Right now, Harris County's, they've had a little bit of a, I'm not going to say a down week, but, you look over there in street clothes and you see one of your better receivers. You see one of your better running backs and linebackers in Kingston Rivers and Joe Taylor hurt over there. And, that does something as a player when you look at a guy that's usually starting is hurt. So now it's like, hey, we got this. We're in the game. We're in the game. But that unsportsmanlike penalty puts you back here at the 25, kicking it off. And, we've seen Northside already getting good field position when we're kicking off from the 40. And here we are kicking it from the 25. So Tanner runs up, kicks it high over towards the sideline, but not close to the sideline. That gives a lot of field for Northside. They try to make him cut it up. He's going to take that one to the house. And he's on the outside, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Kickoff return right there by Jai Jackson. And Harris County can't stop Northside. And right now you're going to be looking at 28-14, pinning this extra point from the Patriots. And there's a minute and a half. Harris County took about 3 minutes to get down there last time to try to score. The penalty come back to haunt them real quick on that one. Snap, hold, kick is good. That's 29-14. And Harris County again, this offense not just has to score, they got to go quick now.
Yeah, and the defense, or in this case, special teams, keeps forcing Harris County to have to score, and you hate to have to play where every drive matters, you have to score every drive when you're still in the first half, right? You're not fourth quarter down by 2 scores. This is right before halftime, and you're down multiple possessions, and you just cannot catch up with Northside.
Offense got a minute 30. And let's see what kind of field position. They had a chance last time. They let the kickoff bounce. They ended up getting the ball at the 16-yard line. Harris County has to get this tackling figured out. As they're getting to the Northside players, they're just unable to bring them down. Then that kickoff return, I think I even saw it halfway through. You could tell that one was going to the house. And that's 3 big plays for Northside. That's 21 points they've scored on just, big plays. There's another squib kick. Flag on the plays. That ball was taking all kind of funky angles. See Ryan Blanton trying to field that ball when it landed. See the way it was spinning, giving him all kind of fits. So you got Zephaniah McGee deep. In front of him, you got Jaden Brown and Cade Tyus if they try to kick it to that front. You got your blockers up front. Then you got, I see Keith Doffett right here at the 45. So he's backing up a little bit. Maybe he feels the ball's coming his way. They squib it up in the middle. The ball gets through again. Harris County looks like they laid on it. And they'll take over at the 37-yard line. And they got to go fast with a minute 31 on the clock. And yeah, you look, you got 29 points allowed if you're Harris County, but 21 of it going just chunk plays from this Northside team. And, you felt like on the kickoff and one of the runs you had some tackles just missed the tackles and then making them pay when they missed the tackles.
Yeah, and Northside hasn't, worn them down like, their offense is meant to be, right? Their wing tee is meant to be extended drives, but that just hasn't been the case.
Harrison in. He's going to hand it off to Love. Love goes up the middle. And he's going to gain maybe 2 yards to bring up 2nd and 8. Gain of 1. You got Robinson down here at the bottom. You got Cade Tyus at the top. I believe that's Vitella's slot at the top. There's a straight drop back. Under pressure and down goes Harrison. Big sack. It's 2 Northside Patriots coming back there untouched. And that was big number 50, Walker Head, and number 10, Aaron Bass. Head, a sophomore. Bass, a senior. Now the clock down at 30. Looks like Harris County wants to just run this and go to halftime, down by 15 and regroup. They do get the ball after halftime. You don't want to try to force anything here and turn it over. Last thing you want if you're Harris County is just 2-1 on the clock. Looks like Coach Watson going to call a timeout. So we got 12 seconds on the game clock. And, you know, I just about expect to see Coach Watson. Maybe they just want to take a knee right here and go to halftime and not force something right here, Ethan.
Yeah, I don't know. At some point, it kind of feels like you have to score quickly, and they had a timeout or two. I'm not sure how many Harris County has, but you know, if you can have a little sense of urgency here at the half, try and go down and score. But obviously, that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be meeting for a long time. I don't see the reward. Anyway, yeah, you could get a big play and get into the end zone, but there's a lot, you know, seems like a better chance you throw an interception or a strip sack or something crazy happen. So they're going to come out and look at this formation. Dolphin in at tight end. Give it to Matthew Love, see if he can squirt through and get something going. If not, you'll just go to halftime. There's Love. He goes through, slung down to the ground, right at the first down stick, but it won't matter as the clock's they're going to call timeouts. Northside's going to call timeout with 3 seconds and first down.
Yeah, I think they want to force Harris County to punt.
Harris County got the first down.
I
think they didn't know that. I think they thought Harris County was short when they called the timeout.
Patriots, their final time.
The local Chick-fil-A operators are proud sponsors of all the 30 county and Harris County schools. Chick-fil-A is proud of all the GASL, marching band members, and cheerleaders.
See the sound of the county getting ready on the field. Sound of the county getting ready for their go at it on the road, but we will be going to the Beck Center and joining Richard Holdridge on the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live halftime show. Richard's down there. Hey, we got the 7 o'clock game this week. We'll be one of the first games to get there to him, especially how fast this game is going. It's only been about an hour 10. Now Harris County calls timeout, and we'll take this timeout to talk about Coca-Cola and their support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and all they're doing. We mentioned being in Columbus, the birthplace of Coca-Cola, and what a better sponsor to have supporting, you know, sports in Georgia and Phoenix City, Columbus areas. Coca-Cola, we appreciate their partnership and all they do for Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. Also, I'd like to thank Glenn Smith, Chevrolet GMC is there. Been with Georgia-Alabama Sports Live from the get-go. Also, Kinnett Credit Union and Houston Clinic coming on board later in the season, you know, coming on a couple weeks ago. We appreciate all of them. I think they came right at kickoff. I'm just kind of rambling right now because we're having these issues, Ethan, and we're kind of in a position where we just got to have a continuous talk radio, it seems like, when there's a stoppage of play. So I do apologize for that. Here comes Harris County out here with Caden Harrison and Matt Love in that pistol formation, stacks up at the top. Northside's pretty much got 3 safeties deep, standing about the 50 if Harris County wanted to try anything. They don't. They run up in the middle with Love, and he's going to get a ball to the 50 and get the first down. But this start by Northside was phenomenal. They got all the momentum going to the break. As we go to halftime, Northside 29, Harris County 14. Coach Watson in the game got to get it figured out here over the half. Ethan, what was your thoughts of that first half?
The defense has got to step up there in the second half. They've got to be able to make big stops and limit plays on first down, right? You can't be giving up 5 yards every time on first down. You're setting up the offense with 2nd and short, and then if they don't get it then, now 3rd and short, and, you know, setting them up for easy conversions. So if you can just limit the, you know, chunk plays on first downs, it'd be a lot easier for them to get these stops.
Absolutely. Well, with that thought, we're going to throw it to Richard Holdridge over at the Beck Center.
Is not being live streamed anywhere. I don't have a score update. So if you guys can just help me out, we'll get that score update, especially for the future halftime shows today, because obviously they've played at 7 o'clock. They're down at Otis Spencer Stadium. So we'll try to get a score update on that one. We do have some games that just got underway. Russell County and Valley, as that got kicked off at 8 o'clock. Mike Peacock on the call on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and we'll try to get a score update for you in that game as Russell County taking on Valley up at Ram Stadium. Valley is leading 6-0 in the first quarter. So I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there. We'll try to get that score updated for you. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the games that happened yesterday as the Columbus Blue Devils defeated the Shaw Raiders 17-0. Columbus goes to 4-1 on the season. Shaw falls to 1-5. And Columbus had a touchdown run from Andrew Smith. They also had a touchdown run from Glover. And their field goal kicker kicked a 49-yard field goal. It would have been great from 55 yards in the rain. It was slippery there at Kinnett Stadium. Columbus gets the win. And they will take on Greenville next week, which is a makeup game from week 3 that was rained out. Shaw's got a tough task on Thursday. They go down to Otis Spencer Stadium to take on the Carver Tigers. Down at Otis Spencer Stadium, Spencer gets to 500, their third win in a row. They defeat the Kendrick Cherokees 39-0. And Elijah Fudge had 4 touchdown passes. Spencer will play Sumter County next week. Kendrick, they fall to 3-3. They will take on the Jordan Red Jackets next week up at Kinnett Stadium. We had another Thursday night game. Glenwood taking on the defending single-A champions in the HSAA, Wadley. Glenwood led 14-6 at the half, but Wadley too strong in that second half. They pull away, and they get the victory 35-21. All right, let's throw it to we have another game that I'll try to get a score update on this. It is Smith Station on the road taking on the 6A Stanhope Elmore in Millbrook, Alabama. Smith Station trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. We'll try to get a score update on that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to step aside, take a little bit of a break. We're going to go ahead and reset these scores, and then we'll come back with more of the halftime show here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live presented by the Beck Center. We'll be back in a quick break.
Ford. Georgia's license plate DCC 7858. Please move your vehicle immediately. Thank you.
And we're back action here on this Northside's 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Big third down conversion. There's a run. Harris County spinning him around. They got to find a way to bring him down. They really can't. Takes a whole, looks like all 10 Tigers over there. And they got him to the ground. That was Alex Taboro having a great game. He had a long touchdown run in the first half. It was a big key part of that opening drive that Northside had. They'll bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Also on the play, 2nd and 11. Patriots at Tiger 21.
Ball on the 21, Harris County's defense trying to bow up. Is that one? Don't know what happened. Look like the ball might be on the ground. Harris County's out like they got it. They did. Carter Myers, it looks like, got the recovery. And Harris County, hanging on by a thread, finds a way to get the ball back, Ethan, and that's just what the doctor ordered for them boys from the county.
Exactly. This is just what they needed now. Then, that defense, that first play, they came right out. You got that, that big loss there, and now they get the ball back and a chance to go down and make it a one-score game.
Absolutely. We talked about the momentum, not just from the field, just kind of with the injury that went through on the field. You kind of have to bounce back from that long break. Second play, they get a fumble recovery. Now you got to try to make hay while it's going. That's Caden at quarterback. I believe that's Matthew Love at running back. And the way he's running, it looks like Matthew Love back there. And it was number 14. And whistle stoppage on the play as Harris County got about 5 yards. Sideline warning, it looks like, on Northside. Harris County had a sideline warning in the first half, so the field's even for both teams on sideline warnings. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 5 for Caden Harrison. He's going to give this one to Love. Love spun to the ground. He's going to be about a yard, maybe half a yard short of a 1st down. Matthew Love having a great game at running back.
Yeah, and you love to see that, especially with, Joe Taylor being inactive tonight. He's been one of their big backs to be able to pick up those yards, but Matthew Love has stepped up tonight.
Absolutely. We mentioned Kingston Rivers out for the game. Here's that pistol formation. Harris County's been in that for most of the game. And look over to Coach. You see it stacked up at the top. Nobody down at the bottom. There's a snap. Handed off again. He finds a little bit of a crease. Bounces off of him, man. He keeps going. 40, 50, 40 again. 30. Matthew Love going down the sidelines. And he's going to pinball it down the field. Matthew Love. Touchdown, Tigers. And Harris County bench explodes finally here in the second half. Matt Love looked like he was hit, did a spin move, got hit again, bounced out of it, and took off down the field. Little dude just needed a chance, and tonight he's getting it. Batchelor waits on a little high snap. Good play by Harrison to get it down. Nate Batchelor punches it through, and it's a Bashir's Kubota scoring drive for Harris County. It looked like we had dire streaks earlier. It looked like we was in bad position. 29-14. And Harris County gets the ball back. The senior Carter Myers recovers the fumble. And Matthew Love answers the bell. And the junior takes it downfield with an incredible run. We mentioned the spin move. You saw him get hit. I thought he was going down. He just kept the legs churning and took it to the house. Harris County down by 8 here in the third quarter, finally down by a possession. Scratching and clawing, but you're not back yet. You got to keep fighting if you're in that black and gold. Tanner coming on to kick it off. Gunther had some little pooch kicks. Let's see what he does here. He's going to try the other side, and he's going to pooch it down about the 14, 15-yard line. He's going to go down the sidelines. And that pooch kick is more along the lines of what you want, Ethan. You know, when you kick it high, you want it between the white and the numbers. And that one got there, and you're able to push him out of bounds. When you kick it between the hash mark, it's too much field for the guy. That was a good one right there by Tanner. That's going to set up Northside at the 29-yard line. And you can hear the Harris County crowd. They're all sitting up at the top of the bleachers. You can see them. We was 10, 15 minutes out from kickoff. We looked at the crowd, and it was just empty bleachers. But then we looked over here behind the scoreboard. You can see a line of cars. Harris County in there now. It's Northside under center. He hands it off. Harris County's back there. Bring him down. Tackle for a loss. Matthew Alexich coming in, making the tackle. And we're going to take a timeout for a Jack Hughes Memorial injury timeout. You know, I'd like to take this time while we got this injury timeout and thank some of these people from Harris County that make these broadcasts possible and especially make these road games possible. And, you know, I try to stress to people how important these games are. Bringing in the interns, we have Elizabeth Fisher, and, of course, my main man, my co-pilot over to my left, Ethan Petitt. You know, and they work hard all week preparing for these games and, you know, the importance of getting these students out here. But it couldn't be possible without Whistling Pig Barbecue and Christ Chapel Church. They make all this possible. And, you know, another guy that loves seeing it, and he's talked to me about it time and time again, is Nick over at Carolite Colin, and also Mike Jolly. People don't believe or, you know, might not see him out there. He's not on the shows and stuff like that. But I talked to Sheriff, and he loves watching these games. He's watching them right now. Probably going to get a text for him or Cody here in a little bit. But, you know, Sheriff watching these games, and they mentioned how much they enjoy the students being involved. We hate we didn't get the pregame show up for you and, you know, get it going. But we'll have Elizabeth and Ethan on camera after the game. But, you know, there's these sponsors that say, you know, how much they support it, and they say, we love the kids being incorporated. I'm working, you know, Brandon Schwobel behind me is working nonstop on, you know, trying to find an intern that's going to do the production side of it. And that's something we had conversations this week with a potential student. And that's something that Harris County's able to provide. And, you know, it's just these people think, you know, sponsors just want their name up on the screen. The sponsors want to help these kids. They want to help the kids in the interning, doing the production, the AV world, not just the kids on the field. It just makes you feel good knowing that you got great sponsors that help out like that. And I think we're probably going to be getting going here shortly. And it's going to be second down and 12. Ball sitting on the 26-yard line. Northside back under center. Wakefield going to take the handoff, drop straight back. That's Thrash. Thrash got a man downfield. He throws it off the hands of him, and it's incomplete. And that'll bring up third down. Damon Brooks in coverage for the county. Ethan Thrash come in at quarterback. I didn't see the quarterback change during the injury, and that should have been a giveaway there throwing it. That was a nice ball. Yeah, it was a perfect one, and that's one that's got to be caught. If you're Northside, you're going to be shaking your head at that one. He knows he should have had it, and that's just one, you know. But, you know, see now, I mean, another break for Harris County. Now 3rd and 12, a big chance for a stop here. They're going to go Thrash at shotgun. Looks like that's Jackson to his left. There's a snap. He's looking to his right. He's rolling to his right. Under pressure. Throws on a run. Complete for the first down. They're going to say he called it forward progress. Going to have him right at the strike. Trent Cash with the catch. Northside with a big third down conversion right there. Is Harris County having all the momentum and having, you know, seemingly having Northside on the ropes. But it's going to be a first down at the 41. Northside probably thinking they can get back to this wing offense. And let's see, Thrash staying in, ball on the 41, back to that wing, toss it out to Boro. He's got a little bit of a seam on the outside. He hit it. Harris County slings it down. Preston Jenkins coming in, making the tackle. But that's going to move the chains and get the ball across the 50 down to the 49 of Harris County. Thrash under center, first down. Taboro gets the ball going right up the middle, bouncing off people. And he's going to have about a 5-yard gain. Harris County running bodies back out on and off the field, trying to keep fresh legs in that defensive line position. Thrash under center with second down. Gonna give it to Jai Jackson, makes a cut. Got him going the wrong way. Harris County got him. They got him wrapped up and the whistles blow. Jalen Robinson coming in, the last one coming in. Preston Jenkins, Carter Myers, Keith Doffett, I believe, in there as well. How about Indris Albury getting in there? Indris making the difference right there. Big number 98 defensive lineman. And again, it's going to be a 3rd and 11. This time from the 49 for the north side. Trent Cash, the receiver at the top of the screen. Jalen Robinson's on him. Thrash in a shotgun formation. He's going to roll out. He's got time. He throws it over towards the sideline, and nobody's there. Sets up a 4th and 11. We look at the coach over here on the north side sideline. Let's see decision-making time for north side. He's waving, looks like he's waving the offense off the field. They got some players standing in the launch pad, and they're getting a kick ball out there into the field. Looks like there's going to be a punt time for Northside. Max Thrash, also the punter, it looks like. Snap. Boots it away, going towards the sidelines. Will land about the 28, take a north side bounce through the 20, and be down inside the 20 at the 19. And Harris County, believe it or not, Ethan, after the way the first half went and the way the second half started, Harris County's getting the ball down by 1 possession.
This drive's going to depend, or is going to determine how the rest of this game goes. They have got to go down here and score, and, you know, I mean, they have been granted opportunity after opportunity, and now here in the second half they've been able to take advantage of it, and they couldn't there in the first half. Good to see them back in this game.
Here they come, trips to the bottom of the screen. K. Ty is by himself at the top. Looks like Matthew Love back in the game at running back behind Harrison. Harrison going to give it to him right up the middle, and he's going to get about 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. And looks like Harris County wants to go tempo again. We saw this in the first half. Matthew Love having a heck of a game. Snap, give it to him again. That time there was a hole, but you can see how fast it closed up. And that's going to be a 3rd down. And now there's a flag on the play. Let's see what they're going to say. After the play, personal foul, Northside. Go ahead and give Harris County 15 and the 1st down. And Matthew Love making a run towards that Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands player of the game that we'll give out at the end of the game. They come up here after the 15-yard penalty, give Harris County the ball.
At the 43.
They're going to say on the 43. Matthew Love still in the game. A little different formation. Got a little 2 up top with a tight end, Doffett. He's going to flip over to the bottom. Love still in there. Another handoff by Love, straight up in the middle. And he gets about 8 yards, maybe even 9 yards, Ethan. Here we go, second and short.
That's why on the stop for the Patriots. And 9 yards, second and 1.
County going a little bit faster. May take a shot right here on second down. They don't. They run it to Love. Why not? He starts cutting across. He breaks some tackles, and he's going to be down about the 32. And that's going to be a County first down. Matthew Love with a great second half. Snap handed right up the middle to Love again. He squirts through. He's going to be right at the stick. Let's see what they do. They're going to move the chains.
It looks like it'll be a defensive hold, and they'll take the result of that play all day.
Yeah, holding on Northside. Good call, Ethan Petitt. Holding on offense. He had it backwards, and that's not what you wanted. Because now you're going the wrong way. And you also don't want, your momentum you're worried about. So now you're going to be down, let's see, about the 42-yard line. First and 20. Long way to go. Keep the same. Back there, Matt Love. You got trips down here at the bottom with one at the top. And Love's going to get that one. He finds a little bit of a crease. He's going to get about 6 yards on that one. Set up a second and long scenario right here for Harris County. Damon Brooks and Jalen Robinson, the receivers down here at the bottom. Here comes Vitale in the middle of the trips with Cade Tice at the top. Carter Myers checks in at running back. More physical runner. He's going to get a fake. They're going to throw it deep. Vitale's down there. Caught! Touchdown! Tigers! And a flag after the play. And that could loom large if they wanted to go for 2, as that would put Harris County back 15 yards. Having flashbacks to Jonesboro when Harris County got a touchdown and needed a 2 and had to go for it from the 18-yard line. We check the white hat and see what the call is. And they're kicking the extra point. Nate Batchelor coming in. Preston Jenkins will snap it. Caden Harrison will hold it. Nate Batchelor is going to be the one to kick it. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And Harris County's down 28-29 with 1:57 to go here in the third quarter. And Ethan, man, what a game is that? It was a long pass by Caden Harrison will cap off the Bashir's Kubota scoring drive. And we're going to take a quick break on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Welcome back to Kinnett Stadium here in Columbus, Georgia. Rick Beach, Ethan Petitt bringing you Harris County football, the Derek Moxley Concrete Service game of the week. Ethan, it's starting to be a real tight game now. 1-point game finally here in the second half.
Yeah, Harris County is locked in here in the second half, and they have put Northside on their toes. And
there's a squib or a pooch kick. Going to give them the whole field to the outside, and they're taking advantage of it. And they're going to give them the ball right here about the 40-yard line. As the pooch kicks aren't working for Harris County. As that one gets returned 40 yards from the north side end zone. And that's where Northside's going to come out. let's see. We got whistles going on here. Maybe it's a play clock issue. Spot the ball. The run of Harris County meets them with aggression. P.J. Sterling, Preston Jenkins in there as well. So that's going to be a loss on the play. Bring up second down and about 12. Thrash. Quarterback got the play call. He's coming back in. And let's see what's going on here. Official timeout. The officials want to talk it out. Here we go, second down and 12. Thrash under center. Gonna fake the handoff, look the pass, stands up, throws it deep downfield. He's got man again, that one hit and knocked out. Harris County jars it loose. I believe that's Jalen Robinson with the defense on that one, and he's fired up. As he should be. That was Jalen, the sophomore DB wide receiver, making a play as that was dropped in there beautifully by Thrash. Trent Cash had it in his hands, just knocked loose at the last second. Third down, he's going to roll out this way. Under pressure, he's going to throw it again to Cash. Overthrows it. Sets up fourth down. And 12 here about the 41-yard line. And now we're looking over at the north side sideline, see what they want to do, if they want to punt it. And they're going to have a little bit to think about it. As we go to the fourth quarter, we got us a dandy in Columbus. Northside leads 29-28 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County. Start of the fourth quarter, Harris County's. And Harris County using this momentum, Ethan. We're going to start the fourth quarter. See what Northside comes out in. They're going to punt it away. It looks like they are. There's the punt, the snap rather, and there's the punt. Gonna be wobbling around. They're gonna catch it. He makes the man miss. He gets to the outside 10, 11-yard line. Dangerous return, but Jalen Robinson actually got about 5-6 yards out of it. But that was exciting, maybe a little too exciting right there, Ethan.
Yeah, my heart stopped for a second when he went and picked up that ball. I was so nervous he might bobble it a little bit. That would be the last thing they need, is to give Northside the ball right back inside the 10, but good job making something out of what looked to be nothing.
Here comes Caden Harrison and this Tiger offense. Take it over on the 13-yard line rather. Cowboy Sappington, the center, has it in his hand. Matt Love, the running back in. And whistles. And let's see if they're getting everything fired back up. I think it was a play clock issue down the other end of the field. Harrison takes the snap. Gives it to Love. Love making people miss. Bouncing off of people. Bouncing off a man. 25. Out of bounds about the 29, 30-yard line. And there's a flag for a late hit. Northside player coming in late. And that's going to be a long run. About a 15-yard run, Ethan. Then about another 15 on after.
Yeah, just too much extracurricular there after the play, and I mean they're gonna call that every time if it's late. You know, your momentum's bringing you out of bounds. If you're not out of bounds already, you just can't hit the guy.
They march off the 15-yard penalty. Here comes Harrison. Feeds it to Love. Love up the middle. They're going to push the pile. He's going to get 3-4 yards. You'll take that on first down, bring up a second and medium. Harris County running some bodies out there. You see Preston Jenkins coming in. Trying to get eyes on the other number. Freshman Trey Anderson coming into the game as an extra. Looks like another tight end. He's going to play on the line. Preston's going to line up behind him. But it's Matt Love still in the game at running back. They're going to run it behind the tight ends. Love twisting, squirting out. He's going to get about 2 yards. It's going to be a third down. And about 4, Harris County going to try to speed up and go a little bit. See what they do right here on third down. See if it's Matt Love again. They look over to Watson. Watson making the calls. Him and Coach Friedley signaling in the calls. There's the handoff to Love. Big burst. He's going to be about a yard, maybe 2 short. Going to bring up 4th down and about 2. And you're going to be at the north side 47 rather. And I expect to see bodies coming in. There they are. Harris County bringing in some size, including Carter Myers at running back. Big formation. Look at the bodies in here in this diamond formation. There's a snap. Hand to Myers. Straight up the middle. He's going to get the first down. Seeing some bodies coming in here. Nolan Market coming in, the sophomore, coming in to lead block. Justin Martin, another offensive lineman coming in. And Ethan, that takes you back to shades of 2022 and even last year when Harris County just run these big mountain formations. See Anderson hustling off the field. Harris County's going to switch it over to a spread. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Vitale, who had the touchdown pass earlier, at the bottom. Myers stays it, and the snap goes over his head. Harrison falls on it, and you'll take the loss. Now bring up 2nd and long. As Harrison did the right thing. A lot of times you want to pick it up and try to make something happen. Ain't nothing wrong with just falling on it right there. And you're going to go back a good chunk. Essentially like a holding penalty on 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down and 19. Still got your trips at the top with Vitale at the bottom. Myers staying in at running back. Snap still kind of high, throws it to Marquez. And Markel Vitale makes the catch. And he'll be down at the 49 with 3rd and long right here for Harris County. And Matthew Love coming back in. Now, something to keep in mind, Ethan, with Matthew Love is he was a wide receiver as well, making this move to running back, so you could throw it to him out of the backfield. Northside creeps up a little bit, expecting the run. They get the run, and it's going to be 4th and long. And here comes Harris County's punt team to punt it away, and that snap over the head of Harrison. Here's where inside 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter looms large. As Harris County will punt it away from the 47-yard line. Nate Batchelor coming in to kick it. Trent Cash to return it for Northside. He's going to stand about the 22. He's creeping up about the 23-yard line. Preston Jenkins snaps it. Nice snap. Nice punt. Batchelor drives him back. He touches the ball. They bounce on it. Let's see who's got it. Who's got the ball? We're looking. We're waiting. Harris County recovers the muff punt. Harris County's ball on the 10-yard line. Trent Cash called for the fair catch. Bounced off his hands. And Harris County recovers the punt with 6:56 on the clock. They're going to mark it. Harris County ball on the 12. We're in the State Farm Agent Rick Knight red zone. Carter Myers in at running back. Caden looks to the sidelines. Coach Watson making the changes. They're going to flip the formation. Carter goes to the other side. Keith Doffett at tight end switches to the other side. They're going to go shotgun formation. And whistles. Let's check. Let's see. Maybe a timeout. Harris County, as the play clock was winding down, they're going to take the timeout. Harris County down by 1. Who'd have thunk it? As this game was, Northside had the ball after the second half starts. Harris County fumbles the kickoff to start the second half, down by 15. And they just keep on trucking. They keep on hammering. And here they are inside the red zone, Ethan, down by 1 with inside 7 minutes in the 4th.
Yeah, I mean, they have got just about all the breaks you can get in that. I mean, if you can't take advantage of this right here, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they have got to score here. And, I mean, what a second half. The defense has come up big. They haven't allowed any points from Northside. And the offense has done its job, 14 points. Everything that could go right has gone right for the most part for Harris County.
Absolutely. Harris County would love to punch it in here and take their shot at 2 to go up by 7. But they're a long way from thinking about that decision. Harrison, Carter Myers behind him, first down. They're stacked way up at the top on the other side of the numbers, really stretching this formation. Carter Myers gets it. He's bouncing off people, and a flag comes flying in from the back. And usually that's one of two things, a hold or a face mask, and it looks like it's going to be a hold on Harris County. That is not what you want if you're Harris County. That's going to put you way back outside the red zone. And again, the high snap was a 9-yard loss. It changes so much. Myers goes off, and Matthew Love will come into the game. Harris County staying committed to the running game, even when they're down. But it was, a long pass. Harrison to Vitale pulled them within 1. They got trips up at the top. Love back there, and a little pass is swatted away by Northside. That was Aaron Bass, the senior defensive lineman, sticking his hand up. He read that play beautifully. They look like they want to run some kind of screen. Now they're coming in with some tight ends, flipping offensive linemen around. They want to look like, I expect Matt Love to try to get some carries, and Matt Love's had an awesome second half. He's behind Harrison. Snap, they're going to give it to him. He's going to roll to the outside, and he's going to get down to about the 15-yard line, make a 3rd and about 12. Harris County can make a first down without getting a touchdown here. And we got a Jack Houston Memorial Hospital injury timeout. Let's take it with them on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County. I'm thinking we're borderline on it now. At practice, he kicked a
For game day, work day, or any day, Glenn Smith in Opelika is loaded with GMC Sierra and Canyon trucks. Choose from a huge selection of the best-selling full-size GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,750 off. Test drive the new mid-size GMC Canyons with a comfortable ride and strong towing, discounted up to $4,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments until December. Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Exhibitionists for long-distance love, for the far-sighted, nearsighted, for introverts and extroverts, for the thinkers and the doers, for old friends. Coca-Cola, for everyone.
And welcome back. Big third down. 3rd and 13 right here for Harris County. Matt Love behind Harrison. They're going to run it right up the middle with Love. The Powell is getting pushed up. That's going to put you about the 8-yard line. And Coach Watson sending out the sophomore kicker, it looks like. Nate Batchelor coming out for the county. Clock goes inside 6 minutes. Preston Jenkins will do the snapping. Caden Harrison, the holder. And they're going to put the ball down on the 15-yard line, be a 25-yard field goal. Right-footed kicker Batchelor ready. There's the boot. It is up. It is good. Harris County, for the first time tonight, takes the lead with 5:31 to go in the fourth quarter. And Ethan, what else can you say about this team? They just don't quit from Harris County.
Yeah, I mean, there is really not much more to say than they just don't quit, like you just said. They have been phenomenal here in the second half, and a little bit more of, the opposite of what happened last week when they stalled in the second half. They looked good in the first half, but It's been the total opposite tonight. I mean, they didn't look great in the first half, but second half, both sides of the football has been great.
And here we go. Harris County on the sidelines, clinging to a 2-point lead now. About 5.5 to go in the game. Harris County's been scratching and clawing and crawling to get back in this game. And now, let's see what Gunther does on this kickoff. He's going to set up more at an angle to try to get it to the sideline. As he kicks that one high, it's going to get caught about the 25. He's looking all around, makes a couple people miss. He's going down the sideline, and he's going to go 30, 20. And it's going to be a touchdown, Northside, Jai Jackson. The pooch kick again bites Harris County. And I think that's going to be the one thing tonight that's just going to bite them, is that's the second time it's returned for a touchdown, multiple times given good field position. And again, this offense that's been on the field for Harris County is going to have to crank it back up and go right back out on the field. As they're up by 4, they're going to go for 2 to try to make it a touchdown game. Harris County. There's a timeout on the field. Don't know who called it, but let's take it with them on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
Any day, Glenn Smith in Opelika is loaded with GMC Sierra and Canyon trucks. Choose from a huge selection of the best-selling full-size GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,750 off. Test drive the new mid-size GMC Canyons with a comfortable ride and strong towing, discounted up to $4,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments until December. Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
And here we go, 2-point play by Northside coming up. Northside up 35-31. Thrash in at quarterback. He's gonna go under center. This wing offense pitches it out. They're gonna cut him off towards the sideline, but he's gonna get it in. And Northside's up by 2, or up by 6 rather, with a good conversion. And it's gonna be 37-31. And Harris County now don't need a field goal. They got to get a touchdown to tie this puppy up. And the extra point would be the big part of it here. So we're at 5 minutes to go. And this chunk plays 4 touchdowns from Northside, 2 on the second play of a drive, and 2 were kickoff returns on pooch kicks. We're getting out here. Sorry for the delay at the start of this game. A little late getting on the air with the game. We apologize for that, but this crew for Harris County broadcasting really came through. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County. Jacob Harbuck, Marcus Thraxton, Brandon Schwobel, Ethan Petitt, Elizabeth Fisher, all lending a hand and helping to get this thing going and putting this show on the air. I really appreciate them more than words can say on a night like tonight. There was a penalty on Northside that put them back on the kickoff, so they'll kick off from the 25. It was a sideline issue that already had a warning earlier in the game. So Harris County should get good field position here. Off from the 25. Robinson standing on the, backing up now to about the 30. So they're going to see where they can try to get this. They've already recovered one kick on a little squib. That's going to be a high kick, going to bounce at the 25. Robinson's going. He's at the 30. He's looking 40. He's looking to the outside 50. He's going to the 45, 40. Taken out of bounds about the 35-yard line. And a flag comes in. That may be on Harris County. That might back them up. Looks like they're going to call blocking the back on Harris County. Right at where he was going out of bounds. Should still have good field position if it's from the spot of the foul. And let's see where they spot it for Harris County. But you want any kind of momentum you can get, and Jalen Robinson doing a great job right there of trying to infuse some of that momentum for Harris County.
Yeah, absolutely. He tried to counter what Northside just did and almost broke one off.
That was going to back it up to the 47-yard line. And Harris County take over first down right here. They got to get the chain set. Here we go. Matt Love in at running back for the county. They look. They're going to give it to Love. He goes out in the middle, makes the man miss, spins down, and it'll be, let's see, about a 5-yard gain maybe. They're going to call it a 6-yard gain, put on the 41-yard line, 2nd and 4. Love again, and he'll be close to the first down on that one for sure. Let's see what they spot this one. Maybe a little 3rd down and about a yard. They're going to put Carter Myers in the game at running back. Carter's been the short yardage guy, got 2 touchdowns. They're going to snap it, hand it off to him right up the middle. He covers the ball, pounds it through for a first down. And here we go, pushing the pile. And now, Ethan, you run the ball, you see a first down, then you got to take your eyeballs and put them on that clock. Clock's approaching 4 minutes to go. Harris County down by 6. Driving right now, they don't have to really worry about the clock. They're at the 36-yard line. They got a stack formation up at the top. Vitale by himself down here at the bottom. They're going to throw a screen ball over here. Right through the gap. Shot it down the sideline. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Tigers! Threw it flat out over there. Trying to get eyes on who caught that. I believe it was Jalen Robinson. He's having a heck of a game. Kickoff return. DB right there on that play. The sophomore shows off his speed. And now Nate Batchelor coming in for the ever important extra point. Snap low. Harrison did a great job of getting it down. Batchelor punts it through. That's a great job by that offense right there. The answer back, the kickoff return, and that's a Bashir's Kubota scoring drive. Capped off with a 36-yard pass from Harrison to Robinson, but the pass wasn't that far. Robinson did all the work with his legs, and Harris County again takes the lead 38-37, and all eyes go to this kickoff right here. And Ethan, how about this offense just not giving up after that kickoff, then they just answer right back?
I mean, they've been terrific tonight. They have done, everything to get back in this game and even take the lead and just be terrific on all sides of the ball. And, special teams has been a little shaky, but also, kicking off has been a struggle tonight. But that punt, they got the ball at the 10. All sides have contributed, but this is a huge kickoff right here for Harris County.
They come out. It looks like Nate Batchelor coming into the game to kick it off. Look how far he's walking back. And there's a flag. Looks like we're going to back up a little more. See what. I don't even know where the white hat is, to be honest with you. Oh, he's on the other side. Timeout, Harris County. Saved them 5 yards on the kickoff. But Nate Batchelor coming out. Nate Batchelor walking the way he did. Looks like he's about to just get a run to start. And the soccer star just going to kick it.
Yeah, I think you're better off doing that. And I honestly, sometimes kicking to the sidelines is shaky because you don't have half of your, special teams to come over and make a play if he's already on the other side of the football or of the field. Sorry. Kick it down the middle. Everyone almost has a shot to make a play at it. And I think and I hope that's what they do here.
Here you go. Let's set the stage right here. Harris County's got a 1-point lead. 3:35 to go. Northside's offense hasn't been on the field much in the second half, so they should be well rested. Here comes Nate to kick it off. He gets set. We're waiting on the whistle from the white hat down at the other end of the field. And there it is. Batchelor runs up. He boots it right down the middle to Jai Jackson. Now we got more flags, offsides Harris County. And, Ethan, as crazy as it sounds, if you're worried about the guy returning it and you're worried about, the pooch, maybe just kick it out of bounds. Just rear back and kick it far as you can at the angle and kick it out of bounds. I don't know. I'm not a coach.
Yeah, I thought about, maybe you know, if I'm a coach, maybe you do that just because of what Northside has done with their hands team and their return team. But I don't know. It'd be hard to make that decision. But certainly, I mean, that was a good kick from Nate there.
I expect to see it right here. Like you said, give all 11 a chance to make the tackle in the middle of the field. Batchelor sets it up again. Another high kick. That's going to be fielded about the 9-yard, and he drops it a couple times. He has Harris County on him. Harris County wrap him up, and that time he goes down about the 21, 22-yard line. Nate Batchelor with a great kickoff. And this Harris County defense, which has played a heck of a second half with that wing T. And they got to keep it going. And also, when you look at the clock, you're playing an offense that is a wing T type offense, long drives. Northside would love to have that long drive end in a field goal or more importantly for them, they'd like to get a field goal or a touchdown, but they love to take 3 minutes off the clock while doing it.
Absolutely, and, you know, for Harris County defensively, they haven't had to be on the field so much, so they should be good and ready for this drive.
That's Thrash under center. Hand it right off to the B-back. He spins around, making people miss, and he's going to get a first down by about a yard, maybe 2. And that's a heck of a way for them to start this drive. They're trying to go downfield. First down so key in this offense. If you're, Harris County's had success by putting negative plays on that first one and putting Northside in a predicament. That's Thrash under center. He's going to have a man in motion. Jai Jackson hands it to him. And Matthew Alexic comes in from that linebacker spot and drives him down. And it's going to be about a 2-yard gain. Bring up a 2nd and 8. Alexic is a football player. Don't matter where you put him on the field, he's looking for contact. That's a 2-yard loss on the play, 2nd and 12. Ball on the 33-yard line. Max Thrash fakes it, drops back, looking for a man downfield, rolling, throws it on the run, throws it high, and he's hit out of bounds. Let's see where they put him. And we're going to take a timeout. That's a Jack Houston Memorial Hospital injury timeout. And we're going to take a break with them here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County. And here we go, big 3rd down right here. Again, a lot of yards on that play. We're approaching the 2-minute mark of this game. 3rd down at 3. 3rd down at 3. Northside still where they could run the ball with Max Thrash at quarterback. They run this option offense. That's just what they're going to try to do is a little option. Harris County reads it well, pushes him back. It's going to be 4th down and about 5. And it's going to be the ball on the north side 39-yard line. Clock's down to about 143, 142. It's ticking away.
Remember, Northside only 2 timeouts, so this is the ball game here.
You're right, Ethan. 4th down. Max Thrash under center. Harris County creeps up. Jalen Robinson one-on-one with his man down here at the bottom. Looks like that's where they're going. Heavy pressure. Ball's in the air. It's up. It's incomplete. The ball is incomplete. Harris County stands up. This defense that was ran all over in the first half stands up in this second half, allowing the special teams play. Harris County down by 15. Northside with the ball. All the momentum going the other way in the third quarter. And these Tigers from Harris County did not quit. And here we go. That incredible play right there. The ball was in the air. Nice play, Jalen Robinson. It's here we go. Carter Myers in the game. There's a snap. They're going to give it to Carter. Wrap the ball up. You just wrap the ball up is all you ask right here. As the clock is running, Northside calls timeout. They got one more that they could use. And the Alex Quinney Good Hands player of the game. Look, I'm going to take this one. The Alex Quinney player of the game, Good Hands. Got to be this entire Harris County team. This team did not quit. They were down a lot. They even had an injury on the field on a player. Got carted off. They were down by 15. Northside was driving, and they forced a fumble. And from that moment on, it's been all county. So, look, it's the players, it's the coaches, it's even Tim Green down there on the sidelines. This is a phenomenal job by Harris County. It just, you're having a season that you're not that particularly happy with. You're 2-3. You're playing your rival. You're getting hammered on the field, and you do not quit. And so the whole team is your Good Hands player of the game. Caden Harrison back in there. Carter Myers behind him to the left. Snap, hands it off. Myers running to the side. Big hit, but he's going to gain about 7 yards on that one. And timeout Northside with 1:02 left. Harris County can run the ball one more time, run 40 more seconds off. If they get a first down, it'll ice it. .02 on the clock, second down. It's going to be third down, rather. Here we go. Carter Myers back there. Big third down right here. A first down ices it. Hands it off. Here comes Northside from everywhere. And down he goes. Northside has no more timeouts.
Myers on the carry. Out by Anucci.
And they're going to let the clock run down, I'm sure. About a 20 seconds. Have about 20-second difference in the play in the game clock. So Northside will actually get a shot at this thing. See what Harris County does. Fourth and 7 from the 36. Harris County's going to call timeout.
Tigers, their final timeout.
And that's their final timeout. This game living up to every bit of the hype. You hear the cliche all the time. When a rivalry happens, you can throw the records out the book. Just don't have to keep up with it. And this one, you got a team that's 2-3, and a team that's 2-3, and a team that's 1-3, and they put on a show tonight here in Columbus. And here comes Harris County to punt it. Start having flashbacks to Troup County. We had 2 blocked. Harris County just wants to get it back there. Snap, hold, everybody from Northside coming. They get it away. They wave a fair catch. And it's going to be Northside's ball at the 5-yard line with 7 seconds on the clock. Here we go, 7 seconds on the clock. Harris County just going to look to put people back. No timeouts by Northside. They got to have a 95-yard play. And here we go, boys. Snap, thrashed in the end zone. He's under pressure. There's a flag on the play. I think it was the play clock getting reset. It's an illegal substitution on Northside. Back him up half the distance. That'd be 2.5 yards, Ethan. I'll do the math for you. And here we go. First down in the game right here. Snap, he's in the end zone, under pressure, rolling around, he's hit. Ball's in the air, floating down the sideline. It's incomplete. No, intercepted Harris County. No time on the clock. Harris County comes to Columbus and battles back for the win. Unbelievable game by Harris County. Down by 15 in the second half, Northside with the ball. And the Tigers fight back to win the game, 38-37 in an instant classic in Columbus.
What an unbelievable game, dude. I cannot believe we just saw that. And, I mean, everybody stepped up. You talk about from the offense to the defense to the special teams to everybody. And, boy, I mean, it's going to be a fun bus ride home for this team and for everyone up here and for all the county fans. And, I mean, this has got to feel great. Also, it's so important because it's a region play. You lost last week at home, and now you come on the road to your rivals, and you're able to pull out a huge victory in comeback fashion.
Man, I can't believe that game, how well it went. You know, we mentioned some of the injuries early on, but for me, I'm about to get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and say thanks to Jacob Harbuck, Marcus Thaxton, and Brandon Schwab, the executive producer. And I'd like to thank the kids up here, Elizabeth Fisher and Ethan Petitt. Ethan, your first Northside game, I know that was something you'll never forget.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go to break. When we come back, is Ethan and Elizabeth going to wrap it up for you from Columbus here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County. Go Tigers!
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
This is Harris County football, and nobody does it like the county.
And welcome to Kinnett Stadium. I'm Ethan Petitt alongside Elizabeth Fisher. What a game we just witnessed. Harris County, a 38-37 victory and a second half comeback. What did you think about that game? Yeah, absolutely. Everybody stepped up from the offense to the defense to the special teams. Special teams gave up a couple, interesting plays there. They gave up that touchdown, which was the only Northside score of the second half. The defense, they played terrific, and the offense, you have to give them credit too. I mean, they had 14 points, and they ended up with 38 by the end of the game. I mean, just everyone stepping up, and whatever the conversation was at halftime, whoever said it, whoever was talking, and, it must have been a pretty good speech. And, that'll do it here, post-game show. Elizabeth Fisher, I'm Ethan Petitt, and we will see you next week. Go